This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Cams. We're located at 5201 Calenda Drive, Woodland Hills, California, 91367. Today is May 23rd, 2022. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS mainline sewer cleanout located just to the right of the front door. Next to the crawl space, there's a small palm tree crawl space. That's our crawl space here. And then this is our little palm tree. Right next to the little palm tree is our 4-inch ABS mainline sewer clean out here, and this goes out towards the front of our property here. This goes towards the front door area here. A lot of foliage and grass around here. So again, we're going to go ahead and zero out our camera monitor here, and we're just going to drop down and begin our video sewer inspection. We'll continue to drop down. Got a little bit of debris on our camera lens, so we're going to pause for a moment. We'll pause for a moment and flush a toilet. And pause here. Okay, we went ahead and flushed a little bit of water just to help clear our camera lens. As we drop down, it does appear that we immediately transition to vitreous clay sewer pipe. As you can see here, it does appear that we do have a crack from about the 4 o'clock area going down around about the 6 o'clock. This is right at the bottom of our clean out. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. Make a little bit of a turn. We've got some root intrusion coming in that area. What we'll do is we'll just push out. We've got more root intrusion in that joint there. What we'll do is just continue to push out and attempt to get all the way out into our city sewer tie-in, and then from there we can pull back and take a really good look. So we are running a little bit of water from there is a guest unit at the very rear of the house, so we did run a little bit of water just to determine that it is passing through in this area. But again, we're just going to continue to push out as far as we can. It does appear that we've got a little bit of a belly. So again, we're just going to continue to push out. We'll pause our mic here for a moment. So again, we just continue to push out. It does appear that we have multiple large root intrusions in the vitreous clay. But again, we're just going to continue to push out. And again, we do got a little bit of water running just to help us push out. But again, we did have quite a bit of root intrusion in the vitreous clay, and that's on the property. And again, you can see another fairly large root intrusion in this area. Again, we just continue to push out. Again, we're just going to continue to push out. Okay, we went ahead and pushed all the way out into our city sewer tie-in. As you can see, this is our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pull back slowly and just take a good look at our saddle as we pull back. A little bit of residual water still running. Saddle appears to be in fair condition. Oop. We'll push back in just a little bit if we can. And we'll pull back slowly. There's possibly a crack right here in the saddle in that joint. Pull back a little bit more. Right there, we do have a crack in the saddle. Right around the 4 o'clock, going down to around the 6 o'clock area, you can see that's in our saddle. That's just before the city sewer tie-in. So again, we're just going to continue to pull back slowly. We'll just take a good look at the rest of the lateral. And you got a fairly large offset in that joint there from about the 2 o'clock going down to about the 6 o'clock. So again, we'll just continue to pull back. And then as we pull back, it does appear to be a root intrusion. Continue to pull back. Got a little bit of root intrusion coming in that joint there from about the 3 o'clock and around the 9 o'clock area. A little bit of an offset as well. And there's a little bit of residual water still running. So we're just going to pull back slowly. We have another inspector in the house as well. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. And that joint appears to be in fair condition. As we pull back, you can see we do have a fairly large root intrusion in this area here. Again, we just continue to pull back. We would recommend having the line hydrojetted and re-inspected in order to determine the overall condition of the vitreous clay along the property. But we did have multiple root intrusions, so again, we'll just continue to pull back. A little bit of offset in that joint there. Again, we continue to pull back. And it does appear we have some more root intrusion in this joint as well. Continue to pull back. You can see that just long, stringy root intrusion in that joint. Very difficult to see the overall condition of it. Fairly large root intrusion as well. And that does appear to be possibly our testy area there. You can see that we do have an opening as we pull back slowly. You can see as we pull back slowly, it does appear that there's an opening there, and that's our testy. That's right around the curb area. So again, we just continue to pull back. You can see now we're back onto our property. Another large root intrusion there, just past the testy. Again, another large root intrusion. Again, a little difficult to see those joints due to the large root intrusions. Again, another large root intrusion in that joint there. Again, continue to pull back. Another large root intrusion in that joint there. Again, push back in. As we push back in, you can see, pull back. A little bit more. Does appear to be a fairly large offset in that joint there. We'll push in just a little bit more, a little bit more. Does appear to be possibly a tie-in in that area. Again, more root intrusion. Again, we continue to pull back. That tie-in there is picking up the kitchen area, which is on the left-hand side of the house. Again, more root intrusions. All these joints as we pull back are all heavily root intruded all throughout. You can see we're holding some water in this area. And again, that's due to the large root intrusion. So again, this line would need to be hydrojetted and re-inspected to determine the overall condition of the joints. Again, another fairly large root intrusion in that joint as well. Yeah, more root intrusion there. Yeah, we continue to pull back, make a little bit of a turn, and we come up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer inspection.